Okay.
We want to see what today's A-List panel has to say about what Lauren was just explaining to us. Raul Manchada is an international attorney. Sonny Hostin is a former federal prosecutor. David Schwartz is a former prosecutor and criminal defense attorney. And today's Fox wildcard, our own Fox News legal analyst, Arthur Idola. Good to have you all here. A lot of lawyers, a lot of red, white, and blue ties, too. We were remarking. All right, an all-American legal argument, perhaps. Raul, let me start with you. I mean, basically, they're filing these suits because atheists are offended by that. But, I mean, how does it harm a person to merely view a cross at one of these sites?
It's the most ridiculous lawsuit I've ever seen. The ACLU has a history of doing this. The reality is religion is an enormously personal issue, and that's a motivating factor for many of these troops. When they go into war, when they go into battle, it's a personal thing. It's their fuel in their fire. And to take that away, to separate the wheat from the chaff in this regard is absolutely abominable. Nobody's asking anybody to legislate religion or legislate morality, but these are enormously private things, and certainly after death.
Right.
You know, people have a right to retain their religious beliefs, and for the ACLU to come out aggressively on this issue is incredibly offensive and abominable to the families.
I mean, Sonny, these are places where you don't have to go there. It's not like a courtroom or some other public building or facility where you might not have a choice. You might have to do business there. I mean, why not have the freedom to put up what you want?
Of course, I have to agree. It's just unbelievable. We're talking about one cross that's 12 miles from a road. You know, I don't understand the argument that the ACLU is making, but the bottom line is, if the atheist doesn't want to see that, then just don't look.
Exactly.
Let people have the freedom to have it.
All right, so David, somebody has to, I guess, make an argument for the other side, right? We all seem to be nodding about this one. It's a tough one on Memorial Day.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. But, you know, the ACLU has a history in this country. They have protected the civil liberties of people for hundreds of years. However, they've been hijacked by the extremists in the ACLU to bring this type of lawsuit. If anything, all religions should be represented. I don't agree with removing a cross by any stretch of the imagination, but if there are people buried in those cemeteries that represent other religions, then maybe those religions should be brought out
Arthur,
as
before
well.
I get your view, I just want to ask Lauren a quick question. I mean, is there the real possibility of more lawsuits targeting other religious symbols at other veteran memorial spots?
Well, absolutely, and I think why the American Legion is coming out so strong against this, because they're essentially drawing a line in the sand against the ACLU and these other groups, is because they see the Mount Soledad and Mojave Desert sites as test sites, or litmus tests. If these lawsuits go through, if they become successful, then what that does is signal to the ACLU that they can take on anything. Nothing will be sacred, even the crosses like the Canadian cross at Arlington National Cemetery, and they feel as if it will actually be extended to crosses or religious symbols on individual grave sites as well.
So, Arthur, I mean, do you see it going any further, or might it end with these two lawsuits?
The ACLU is going to, you know, they need a cause all the time. So this is the cause of the day, I guess. Let's be practical about it. Nobody's pounding their chest about being so offended by these crosses. But what David said is accurate. Going forward, we should look at what the different various religions are of the people who died. And then maybe it should be a memorial that is all-encompassing. But the memorials that are existing, they should leave them alone. Nobody's so up in arms. Come on, what are you kidding me? It's just that that's what the ACLU has to do. The ACLU is claiming that it's the religious right who's pushing this. It's a matter of what makes people feel better, and it's the veterans who should be deferred to on this particular issue.
All right, folks, on deck at the live desk, Jack in the Box's new